Guys, but hey, that actually gets me to something I wanted to hit, which is another name that we talk about a lot. We don't because it's a tiny company now, but it's no, this is not.
Mayor of Miami. Is this a Faber Report?
Well, yeah. All right, we'll do the Faber Report, then we'll get to EchoStar. How about that? We're going to stay in oil and gas, Jim, and I wanted to talk about
yesterday. NRG, you were so right about that. Boy, you see that stock?
That
was good.
That was an amazing move on NRG's part.
You know how you often kill a deal? You made that deal.
Here I'm talking about Phillips 66, and I'm talking about the fight with Elliott.
I'm so glad you're
Let me just talk about this a bit because we may see something historic for Elliott in a U.S.-based proxy. Will you let me finish?
Shoot.
Will you let me finish? I just feel like I'm
sorry
talking
I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, thank you. We may see something historic in the sense of the first time in the U.S. in a proxy fight that Elliott actually goes to a vote. They never have. Whether it's Arconic, whether it's Hess, which obviously we followed very closely, and where they successfully put directors on the board, they've never actually gone to a vote. We got a week. Got 7 days. Maybe they settle. And perhaps there will be some more pressure on Phillips because ISS, the still influential proxy advisory firm, came out last night with their report. Remember, both sides get in front of them. They argue their sides. And they came out in favor of all four of Elliott's directors.
They're hitters. Do you see their hitters?
Yeah.
But you should read some of their backgrounds.
I have.
Strong.
I have read their backgrounds. And I've also obviously read the ISS report. And listen, there are a lot of arguments here on both sides. Of course, I'm not going to encompass all of them now. We're going to keep this relatively tight. But part of the key part of Elliott is, hey, listen, you've underperformed your core peers in a 5-year period. You lag in refining profitability. And even when refining margins go down, you still lag as well. And then they also come back to, we think you guys should be spinning off your midstream assets. Yeah.
You think that Mark Lasher, he's not done that badly?
No, but 50% equity investment in Chevron Phillips Chemical Company, the midstream business, the chemical business, they all believe, at least, again, in fact, Elliott, company sum of the parts valuation significantly above where it trades right now, as evidenced, they say, by the current enterprise value over EBITDA multiple, and they argue it trades as a refiner without getting credit for those midstream operations. So those are some of the key arguments they're making. They also talk about lack of oversight, new directors, staggered board, a number of other things.
They have someone on them.
Yeah, they do, but then they went against them. And by the way, as you'd expect, Phillips
Stockholm Syndrome
made a lot of that in the fact that Elliott at least agreed to. Director from the last time they had a fight is now against them. But here's the conclusion from ISS. And, Jim, again, 30% of this is held by retail. They don't listen to ISS. But you do have a large institutional contingent as well as the index funds, many of which now make their own decisions. But it is still important. It's still a milestone. Will it bring the two sides to some sort of an agreement that once again puts off an actual vote so that Elliott will never have had a vote? The largest, by the way, activist in the U.S. Kind of interesting, never gone to a vote.
No, and it is amazing. But, Greg Hayes is on that board.
Yeah.
Greg Hayes is a total hitter.
Yes.
And I've often felt, before I just say, hey, check box, go for Elliott, they're not a terrible board, but the people that Elliott has, they get... Wow. They've
got some strong, as you say, you believe some strong directors, as does, again, ISS believes they're strong directors. It's been an interesting fight. My inbox, as I'm sure yours, has been filled with missives from both sides now for quite some time. But we're a week away, so we'll be covering it closely to see whether they settle or, in fact, whether they do go to a